And look, Amber and I, we're both, as general managers, she's going to be doing a lot of the day-to-day groundwork. For me, we're both going to be talking to agents. We're both going to be talking to the team. We'll be making those basketball decisions together.
The Indiana Fever just pulled off a massive front office shakeup, and Caitlin Clark's future is hanging in the balance. Amber Cox, a seasoned WNBA executive, is stepping in as the new Chief Operations Officer and General Manager, and fans are going insane over what this means for Clark and the Fever's rise. Could this be the move that finally turns the Fever into title contenders? Or is there more going on behind the scenes as the WNBA continues to mishandle its brightest star? Get ready, because what's happening in Indiana could change the entire WNBA landscape. In a move that has shocked the WNBA, the Indiana Fever have appointed Amber Cox as their new Chief Operations Officer and General Manager. Cox isn't just any executive. She's a proven leader with a track record of turning struggling franchises into powerhouse organizations. Now she's tasked with guiding the Fever into what could be their most pivotal era yet, all while navigating the intense pressure to build a championship-caliber team around Caitlin Clark. Cox's experience is impressive. She was instrumental in leading the Phoenix Mercury to 2 WNBA titles and helped the Dallas Wings break attendance records. The Fever are hoping that she'll bring that same magic to Indiana, but make no mistake, this isn't just about business. This is about maximizing Caitlin Clark's impact on the league and turning the Fever into a dominant force. The question is, can Cox deliver? Caitlin Clark's rookie season was historic, but it's clear that Indiana is ready to take things to the next level. In a press conference, Fever President Kelly Krauskopf laid it all on the table.
And look, Amber and I, we're both, as general managers, she's going to be doing a lot of the day-to-day groundwork. For me, we're both going to be talking to agents. We're both going to be talking to the team. We'll be making those basketball decisions together. Looking forward to working with her. She's been a part of really building a lot of different teams. So she brings in varied experiences, knows a lot of people around the league, a lot of agents.
The team needs to add size, experience, and leadership around Clark to make a serious run at the title. Krauskopf didn't hold back when talking about how critical Clark is to the franchise's future, saying, "Caitlin Clark is a generational player. Now it's up to us to build the right team around her."
Yeah, I think that, we've seen that such a huge inflection of attention, and, her play, just the way she plays the game, I think that's going to be sustainable. There's clearly, there's something about the way she plays the game, her passing, her shooting, that people really identify with. And our backcourt, I think, is probably going to be one of the best in the league between her and Kelsey. That's a dynamic duo right there.
But Krauskopf wasn't done there. She sent a warning to the rest of the league. With the addition of Cox, the Fever are poised to be extremely aggressive in free agency, and they're not afraid to make bold moves. "We need the right pieces around Caitlin, and we're going to find them," Krauskopf said.
Finding those right fits around a point guard like her is going to make us awfully dangerous. And I'm looking forward to that challenge, because, you're looking for the right types of players that can play that style of basketball around her. And it's uncanny how similar they both are.
The message was clear. Indiana is tired of being an afterthought, and they're ready to become a WNBA powerhouse. Amber Cox's appointment is more than just a front office hire. It's a statement. The Fever are building their future around Caitlin Clark, and they're bringing in the right leadership to make it happen. Cox knows how to build winning teams, and she understands the importance of maximizing the potential of a star player like Clark. But here's where things get interesting. The WNBA itself seems to have no idea how to handle Clark's meteoric rise. Despite Clark's jaw-dropping rookie season, which saw her lead the league in points and assists, the WNBA has been suspiciously quiet. No major ad campaigns, no big promotions, no effort to capitalize on the Caitlin Clark effect that's been driving attendance and viewership through the roof. It's almost like the league is avoiding promoting its biggest star, and that has left fans and insiders baffled. Kelly Krauskopf, though, isn't waiting around for the WNBA to catch up. She's building the future of the Fever with Clark at the center, and Cox is the key to unlocking that potential. Krauskopf even compared Clark to Indiana Pacers star Tyrese Halliburton, saying that both players control the tempo of the game and elevate their teammates. "If you're a smart player, you'll want to play with her," Krauskopf said.
I would think that if you are a smart basketball player and you watch the way she plays, you would want to play with her. She, much like Tyrese Halliburton, she gets you the ball in places that you didn't even know you were open.
Hinting at a massive free agent push to surround Clark with the talent she deserves. The Fever's strategy is clear: make Indiana a destination for top talent. With Cox at the helm and Clark leading the charge on the court, the Fever are positioning themselves as the next big thing in the WNBA. And with the offseason fast approaching, Cox is expected to hit the ground running, targeting veteran free agents who can provide leadership and help the Fever compete with the league's elite teams like the New York Liberty and Las Vegas Aces. Indiana Fever fans are already speculating about which big-name players might be lured to join Caitlin Clark in Indiana. With Cox's history of aggressive roster building, you can bet that the Fever will be major players in this offseason's free agent market. Krauskopf has made it clear that Clark is the type of player who makes everyone around her better. And that's a huge selling point for any top-tier talent looking for a fresh start. Veteran leadership is a top priority for the Fever, but they're also in the market for size and experience to help them compete with teams like the Aces and Liberty, who boast stacked rosters. Krauskopf hinted that Indiana is looking for players who can run the floor with Clark's fast-paced style, defend at a high level, and bring a winning mentality to the franchise. If the Fever can land a couple of key free agents, they could go from playoff hopefuls to legitimate title contenders. But here's the kicker. This offseason could define not only the future of the Fever, but the trajectory of Caitlin Clark's entire career. If Indiana fails to bring in the right pieces, they risk wasting the prime years of one of the most electrifying players the league has ever seen. Cox has been brought in to ensure that doesn't happen. "We have an opportunity to build something special," Krauskopf said, "and we're going to take full advantage of it." The WNBA's missed opportunities. Why isn't Caitlin Clark the face of the league? Let's address the elephant in the room. The WNBA is completely fumbling the bag when it comes to Caitlin Clark. Despite her record-breaking rookie season, the league has been slow to promote her as the next big star. Where are the commercials? Where are the billboards? Where is the full-court press to turn Clark into the face of women's basketball? It's baffling, especially when you consider the numbers. Clark's games have set attendance records, her jersey is flying off the shelves, and she's pulling in viewers like no other player in the league. Yet the WNBA seems hesitant to embrace her star power, and that's a huge missed opportunity, not just for the league, but for women's sports as a whole. This is where Amber Cox could change the game. Not only does she have the experience to build a championship-caliber team, but she also knows how to market and promote players. Under Cox's leadership, the Fever could take control of the narrative and turn Clark into the household name she deserves to be. If the WNBA won't do it, the Fever will. But let's not forget, the Fever aren't the only ones who need to capitalize on Clark's rise. The entire WNBA should be rallying behind its biggest star, promoting her achievements, and using her as the face of the league's growth. If they continue to ignore the Caitlin Clark phenomenon, they could be missing out on a golden opportunity to grow the sport on a global scale. With Caitlin Clark leading the charge and Amber Cox in the driver's seat, the Indiana Fever are setting themselves up for a dramatic transformation. This offseason is critical, and all eyes will be on Indiana to see which moves they make. Will they land the veteran talent they need to compete with the league's top teams? Can Cox and Krauskopf build a team around Clark that can dominate for years to come? The pieces are there. Clark is a generational talent, Kelsey Mitchell provides veteran leadership, and Aaliyah Boston adds size and strength in the front court. If Cox can bring in the right players, the Fever could be on the verge of something special. But the pressure is on. This isn't just about winning a few more games. This is about building a dynasty and cementing Clark's legacy as one of the greatest players in WNBA history. The Indiana Fever have just made their boldest move yet, and the future of Caitlin Clark's career could depend on what happens next. Will Amber Cox's leadership turn the Fever into title contenders? Or will the WNBA's continued mishandling of its brightest star derail Clark's potential? One thing's for sure, the 2025 season could change everything. Stay tuned because the Fever are about to make some serious noise, and Caitlin Clark's journey is just getting started.
I'm still human. Like, all this has happened since I won the national championship, and I said the other day I haven't had peace since then. And it sucks, but I still wouldn't change. I wouldn't change anything, and I would still sit here and say, like,
The WNBA is on the verge of its biggest scandal yet. Angel Reese, one of the league's most prominent stars, is facing shocking allegations of steroid use. Could this be the end of her career? As the investigation unfolds, whispers of jealousy and desperation are surfacing. Was Reese feeling the pressure to keep up with rival Caitlin Clark's meteoric rise? With her entire legacy on the line and the WNBA in the spotlight, the stakes couldn't be higher.
He just likes to call out haters and clap back at haters and say different things.
Is this the beginning of a massive downfall for Angel Reese? Let's dive into the controversy that could change everything for the league and one of its brightest stars. Angel Reese, one of the WNBA's rising stars, now finds herself at the center of a major scandal. Reports have surfaced accusing her of using performance-enhancing drugs, specifically steroids, which are banned in professional sports. Multiple sources indicate that Reese has been caught by the WNBA's strict anti-doping policies, leading to an ongoing investigation. If these allegations are confirmed, it would be a devastating blow to her career.
Now she's classless.
Steroids offer athletes an unfair advantage, and being caught could lead to severe repercussions, from suspensions to permanent damage to her reputation. Steroid use in sports is one of the most serious offenses, and for a player like Reese, who has built her image as a fierce competitor, this could completely undermine her legacy.
There's nothing about her game that's really interesting that is going to translate to people who may not watch the WNBA.
The WNBA, known for enforcing strict anti-doping rules, will likely take harsh action if the evidence against her is substantiated. The question everyone's asking now is, was it worth it? One of the most talked about angles in this scandal is the rivalry between Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. Clark has taken the WNBA by storm with her record-breaking performances and flawless reputation.
She happens to be a terrific talent who's white and very, very marketable. The combination of the two things make her the golden goose for the WNBA. Go after her, compete with her, get the better of her at every turn.
While Reese has consistently been portrayed as the villain in their competitive narrative.
And maybe she embraces being the villain.
Some speculate that Reese may have turned to steroids out of desperation, unable to keep up with Clark's meteoric rise.
Is there legitimacy to these claims? Would Angel Reese actually fake an injury? Would Angel Reese prematurely end her rookie season to spare herself the embarrassment of losing Rookie of the Year to Caitlin Clark?
Could jealousy have played a role? Caitlin Clark's success has been achieved without controversy, relying solely on her hard work and natural talent. Meanwhile, Reese has faced scrutiny on and off the court, often being criticized for her attitude.
She's pissed off because she's like, it's not just about one player, it's about me too. And it's like, wait, time out. I haven't even seen it yet. This is her.
The fact that Clark has soared to the top with a clean reputation only heightens the speculation that Reese may have felt pressure to go to extremes to maintain her own status.
It didn't seem like anything was wrong. She didn't discuss an injury, so fans were actually really shocked when she came out and said that she would be out for the rest of the season. In the 24 hours after the news broke, the internet ran wild with conspiracy theories. They were wondering if she was truly injured. Did she just decide to tap out of the season because she didn't want to be in the Rookie of the Year conversations anymore?
With Clark's achievements seemingly overshadowing her, the question remains, did Angel Reese feel the need to level the playing field in a way that could now destroy her career? If these allegations are confirmed, Angel Reese's public image will take a massive hit. For a player who's marketed herself as a fierce, dominant force on the court, being associated with steroid use would tarnish everything she's worked for. Fans who once admired her competitive spirit may now view her achievements with suspicion, wondering whether her success was ever legitimate. Critics argue that if Reese is found guilty, it won't just be a case of cheating, it will be seen as a desperate attempt to keep up with the new wave of talent especially Caitlin Clark. Social media has already lit up with speculation and debate, with many questioning whether Reese's accomplishments were truly her own or aided by illegal substances. If Reese doesn't address these allegations soon, her silence could further damage her reputation. In the court of public opinion, transparency is key, and failure to confront these rumors head-on could lead to irreversible damage.
If Angel Reese was older, I would have gotten on her about what she just said. Because I would have been like, how naive can you be? But she is young. She's only 22.
Potential consequences. What's next for Reese in the WNBA? The WNBA has always prided itself on enforcing strict policies when it comes to doping, and if Angel Reese is found guilty, the consequences could be severe. Reese could face a lengthy suspension, damaging her team's prospects and derailing her personal goals. There's even speculation that, depending on the severity of the evidence, this scandal could lead to the end of her career. For the league, this scandal couldn't come at a worse time. With growing viewership and the increasing popularity of players like Caitlin Clark, the WNBA is finally starting to break into the mainstream. A doping scandal involving one of its biggest stars could tarnish the league's reputation and lead to a loss of trust from fans and sponsors alike. The WNBA's handling of this situation will be critical, and all eyes are on how they will proceed. Will they take swift action, or will the investigation drag out and leave the league in limbo? Interestingly, despite the gravity of the situation, Angel Reese's teammates have rallied around her. Haley Van Lith, a close teammate, publicly supported Reese, stating,
Angel's one of the toughest people I've been around. People speak hate into her life. I've never seen people wish bad things on someone as much as her, and it does not affect her.
Van Lith emphasized Reese's resilience, noting that she remains strong even under intense scrutiny.
She lives how she wants to live, and she don't let nobody change that. And that's the key to life right there. Y'all do not get to her. Let me say it again. Y'all do not get to Angel Reese. So you might want to give it up, throw the towel in, because you're wasting your energy. So Angel's one of the toughest people I've been around.
This backing from her team shows that, despite the controversy, Reese's leadership and presence are still valued by those closest to her. Additionally, Reese's head coach, Kim Mulkey, has a history of standing by her players during times of criticism, this challenging period. But the support from her inner circle won't be enough to sway public opinion if the allegations are proven true. One thing is becoming increasingly clear. Angel Reese can't stay silent for long. The longer she waits to address these allegations, the worse the situation becomes. If Reese is found guilty and remains quiet, it will look like she was hiding the truth all along, which will only add to the backlash. On the other hand, if she's innocent, then speaking up quickly and forcefully could be her only way to save her reputation. Fans and media alike are eagerly awaiting a response, and the longer she holds out, the more damaging the rumors become. The speculation is already rampant. Will she deny the allegations, or will she admit guilt and face the consequences? If Reese chooses to go public and own up to her mistakes, it could potentially soften the blow. But if the WNBA investigation uncovers more evidence, the punishment could be severe regardless of how Reese responds. Angel Reese's future in the WNBA hangs in the balance as these steroid allegations shake the league to its core. Will she come forward and address the rumors, or will the investigation reveal the truth before she has the chance? And what does this mean for her rivalry with Caitlin Clark? One thing's for sure, Reese's next move could determine the course of her entire career. Stay tuned, because the fallout from this scandal is only just beginning.